What's up, y'all? Thank you for joining, dropping in. I know it's basically past the end of the weekend, and a lot of time zones right now, like after midnight, not quite that much, but yeah, thanks for joining. Still on stuff a little bit busy on Friday, but didn't want to skip the week. Oh, my mic got turned all the way down. I won't repeat all that stuff. I turned it up now, so we should be good. What was that? Oh, thank you for the follow, Ultra Happy Alarm. Thanks for joining. But yeah, special day this week because I didn't want to skip this week because I have to skip next week because I'm going to be out of town. But we're going to be listening to some music from De-fragment and Erection, and we're not going to laugh about that. We're going to just have a good time. Oh no, I laughed. Shit. Anyway, so we're already listening to this free EP from Erection on De-fragment. I believe this is up on Bandcamp still. Let me look. And when we get to, we're going to listen to the Erection album second, and when we get to that, I'll go into some more details, history. But yeah, here's a link to this if you want to grab it. This is going to be on the Brick House as well. But yeah. Oh, it's actually not. I think this was a free release, but they ran out of free downloads on Bandcamp. So it's, $3, a couple mashups, you can pick it up. As far as nerdcore news to go through real quick before we get started, not a whole lot to share this week, but let me pull up my browser here. One new thing dropped just recently, a new release from Magical Hackers. This is a new net label that started up somewhat recently within the last couple years from Rex Buron, the guy behind Night Flare. And we've got some tracks from him, DJ Nitro from Nitro Project, JP, MO from Anything Records, a bunch of other guys. So definitely pick this up. I think next week on Friday is a Bandcamp Friday. Or no, that's still this month, so it's going to be, I guess, in 2 weeks on July 7th is probably the next one. Who's this? Oh yeah, it looks like Melancholia picked this up as well. And yeah, if you tuned in yesterday to J-Core Live Primeval, you might have caught my set there. I did a all-core showcase because the theme was boomercore tracks from 2015 or before. So I did all tracks from all-core releases from 2014 or before. And I just put my set up on YouTube. So if you missed it and want to check it out, it's up there. Let's make sure it doesn't play. I'll just post the link in the chat. Yeah, thank you for tuning into that. Yeah, you can. I've got the video paused on a black screen for you there, so that's great. And I think that's about it. Later this week, through the weekend, is the DJ Sharpnel US West Coast Tour. I'm going to the Portland show on Thursday. Let me find the... There's got to be a good promo image for it somewhere here. Sharpnel played right after me at the show yesterday. Well, here's a good overview. We get there on the Wednesday the 28th in Seattle, Thursday the 29th in Portland. Looks like the Oakland show on Friday is sold out, and then Saturday in Los Angeles. So if you somehow have been under a rock and didn't know about this, but live near one of those areas, you best be getting out there, because you won't want to miss it. This will probably be the last live shows in person from Sharpnel for at least quite a while. He's doing a special thing for his 25th anniversary of Sharpnel Sound. Normally, it's only VR live performances anymore, so... Nice. Yeah, I saw on Twitter, I think. But hell yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely stoked for that on Thursday. So I'll turn that off. And then yeah, as for me, after that show on Thursday, I'm leaving probably pretty much right when it ends. I'm guessing at like 2 or 3 a.m. and driving to go to Spokane, Washington for Mysterium, the Mist fan convention. Going out there with a friend. So that should be a lot of fun too. I'll briefly take a look at my shirt for today. This is a Super Rescue Wears shirt. I don't think I've talked about Super Rescue too much, but there were Osaka fashion brand, very heavily tied into especially like, you know, Psych Out's Virtua Core, and like this de-fragment, kind of the periphery of nerdcore, not quite nerdcore, but Osaka underground, jungle, hardcore, electronic music, all that stuff. And it looks like my playlist didn't go the way it was supposed to. Hang on a second here. What is going on here? I'm not sure why my playlist went wrong there, but I'm just gonna throw on one last track before we jump into the album here. And let me make sure everything is okay. Now everything's showing up correctly for what order to play stuff in. Okay. I think that's about it. I don't think there's any other news that has popped up. We're still a ways out from the next M3 and stuff. And I don't have any more sets at any upcoming online events or anything at this point. But yeah, let me go ahead. I'm just gonna switch back to this and move all my stuff around. Give me just a moment here. Yeah, as you can, or as you may have seen very briefly from the track title, or if you use the music command in the chat, this is a rip from MySpace, which, you know, all that music that was on MySpace is gone now. So I'm glad I grabbed these few tracks from the EERECTIONN MySpace before that happened way back in the day. There's so many, you know, in hindsight, damn, I should have grabbed that, moments like that with MySpace, or like sometimes, as I've talked about before, stuff can just go missing and disappear from the Wayback Machine. So even I need to really get into the habit of just, if I see something interesting or important, immediately grab it, archive it locally. Let's see here, did I do this? I did. Okay, we can go over to here. Rearrange my camera a little bit. That's probably good. That's what I know I need to be doing. I still need to actually get into a better habit of it. Even just bookmarking things, honestly. Okay, so let's move this stuff. We will let the end of this track play out and then dive into our first release here. Oh, actually, I need to go grab something. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Bag open here. I know Miyagi from de-fragment said he was going to try to tune into the stream, so maybe he'll pop up a little later. Yeah, I guess I can just kind of start talking about de-fragment. So I believe de-fragment popped up in like 2005-ish. And so, like I said, kind of last time before, or when previewing this episode and just a little bit ago, this is kind of really on the periphery of nerdcore. I mean, I'll link the Discogs page here, but this, you know, goes out into breakcore and jungle and even a little bit of noise, experimental music, grindcore, really all over the place. Oh no, my instruction manual was holding down the K key on my keyboard. There we go. But among that is, you know, they put out some tracks from Psychouts, EERECTIONN, who we'll talk about in a little bit, and a few other, you know, like nerdcore adjacent artists. I guess kind of to trace the path outwards from nerdcore, you can say, you know, you've got Sharpnel at very much in the center of nerdcore, and then Sharpnel frequently appears on Beauty Burst compilations, which is also very nerdcore, but primarily Osaka-based artists, and a few Beauty Burst compilations have like Ovnax and some of these others, kind of not really nerdcore at all, but in that neighborhood, friendly with artists. But then there will also be, you know, artists that have really no other affiliation with nerdcore. Like, I mean, you say something like, yeah, like there's a track near the end of this album from Neko Nemuru, who also has some albums on de-fragment, I believe, and really not in any way nerdcore at all, but it's interesting to get that kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Spectrum. Especially across this CD. This is, I think, the only real compilation on de-fragment. They mostly put out albums. And, you know, a lot of times those albums will have, like, a remix from Psychout's Ghost or this or that, but... And what I went to grab was this, my handy-dandy make the camera focus so I can show the minifigure tool. And it's not going to work anyway, is it? There we go. I believe that is Gimli, the dwarf. I'm surprised they didn't give him his axe. I assume that's him. Yeah, I mean, it's almost not a genre, to be honest. It's tough to really... I saw that, yeah, but baby. Oh, right, and he comes with... So he's got his helmet, but then there's also a hairpiece for him. Which I kind of don't like when they do that, because obviously he can't wear both at the same time, so it's like, what am I supposed to do with the other thing? But I'll put his hair on and then give him put his helmet somewhere on the set. But yeah, so they put out a Osaka Invasion mix CD with, like, gosh, how many tracks are on that? 43 tracks. That's obviously mixed, and then they put out this unmixed sampler of some of the tracks from that. But I thought it would be more interesting to listen to the sampler, get full tracks. It's harder to, like, talk about individual things as they go by in a mix when they're in there for, like, 30 seconds sometimes. Yeah, like Hosome, I have no idea who... It looks like they're a alternative rock band. But yeah, de-fragment has put out a lot of interesting stuff. They have an album from Big Porno, which is the band fronted by Hard Gay, Razor Ramon Hard Gay. If you remember him from those videos that were oh so popular on the internet way back when. And that album has a Psychout's Ghost remix on it. I am not. No, those are all real artists. Yeah, I had a feeling this was the DJ Scotch Egg track. But yeah, when was their first release here? You said it went back to 04. Right, this How to Feel the Empty Hours. It's technically... Oh no, it... Right, so it is a... Yeah, de-fragment. I didn't say to go back to 2004. But their usual catalog number pattern didn't start till 05. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, I think that, I feel like Garuvi stocked a few de-fragment things way back in the day, and that's probably how I first heard of the label and some of these artists. Like, I know they definitely stocked the DJ Scotch Egg album. Yeah, even on the sampler CD, you know, there's a lot of... Oh no! A lot of tracks that are just 2 minutes long or so. But there's a stretch in the middle with some longer tracks. Yeah, the stretch that starts with the Psychouts track is definitely my favorite bit of it. And we're gonna make a little bridge. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Suspiria at all either. This is another artist that has at least one track on a Beauty Burst CD and has Psychout's Ghost remixes on some of their albums and stuff. But more kind of in the grindcore, I guess, area, certainly not nerdcore. But I was going to mention with, yeah. I think that, Psychout's Ghost also did mastering for some of the releases, and also, Masanori Sato from Traffic Jammies did as well. But yeah, like, I think that, I believe that Big Porno release is mastered by psychouts, if I remember correctly. So this is a track from Fluid. They have an album. I don't think their album is on de-fragment, though. But they have an album that also has a Psychouts Ghost remix, and also has a Masana remix, which I think is like, when I told my friend who knows more about noise and experimental music than me about it before, but I think is like the last or most recent Masana track just ever, at least at the time, or at least, you know, in as of, okay, no, they've put out more stuff, but as of when it was like 2016 or something, it was the most recent thing they put out for a long time. Not the case anymore, but yeah, that was one thing I spent a long time trying to track down, mostly for the Psychouts Ghost remix. Yeah, a lot of the de-fragment stuff, most of it is like pressed CDs that got, you know, full distribution in non-indie record stores and stuff, so most of it is pretty easy to pick up. Most of them are, you know, listed on Discogs for somewhat reasonable prices. There's a couple things that didn't get full distribution, like that Big Porno CD, which are a little harder to come by or a little more expensive, but for the most part. I still need to pick up a copy of this CD, but like, it's that thing where it's like so available that I'm like, oh, I can just do it later, and so I've just been putting it off. Yeah, this track's great. Gotta love those Kraftwerk samples. Oh, this. This is definitely an interesting one, because this track is in so many of their live sets from around this time, and it's like the only one of those like heavily played tracks that wasn't on one of the ROM's albums, and just was on this de-fragment sampler instead. Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I mean, like, most of this stuff is not super sampling heavy. I mean, this track, obviously, is an exception. And so, that's why it was, I'm sure, easier to have standard nationwide distribution. And here's a track from Erection, which is also on the album that we're going to be listening to, so we will hear this track twice today, but it's a good track, so... And this is like a slightly different edit of it, so you can look forward to another slightly different edit in like an hour or so. Where does this go? Here? Yes. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice little bridge there. Yeah, that makes sense. I do like on some of the earliest of the many numerous Psychouts live mix CDRs. On a couple of those really early ones, there are instrumental versions of the tracks from SimStim that have vocals from MC Rock and Roll. And so it's really interesting to hear those without the vocals. There's also a pre-release promo version of SimStim that also has those tracks without the vocals. Maybe we'll listen to that at some point, since technically it's not commercially available or anything. It's got like a couple just completely alternate tracks. There's some alternate track names. I don't want to spoil all the fun details in case we do listen to it at some point, but it's an interesting artifact for sure. Right. Yeah, so this is an alternate version. The spoilers, as you'll hear, these Justice samples are not present in the album version of this track. Oh, visitor just off camera. Oh, you can see one paw. What's he gonna do? You gonna be good? You gonna jump into the Lego box? That's mostly okay. Oh, you're gonna... Got my eye on you. As long as you don't knock over the camera, that's fine. You can hang out back there. You can see it moving slightly. Don't encourage her. I think we're safe for the moment. She got a little chin scratch. Is that right? That's not quite right. Am I going to be able to get this up? Do I need to go... No. Okay. And so then this song is kind of weird because it's labeled as Starfuckers Erection Remix, but the original song is called Return of Satisfuckers, so I'm not sure why it has a different name on this compilation, but yeah, the original of this is from a group called Damage, who on their first like mini album there's a Psychouts Ghost remix, which is also in some of those live mix CDRs, so you might have heard it from there. But yeah, I really like Damage. Like electro something. I'm horrible with styles, genres. But yeah, they have a lot of great music out. Most of their stuff is on like streaming and digital platforms. So, like, yeah, I mean, it would be cool to do a showcase, but like, I still feel like I want to keep that kind of unspoken rule of only stuff that's not readily available from a official source. But yeah, maybe I'll see if I can like find a link to drop. Yeah, Electrocast. That's what I was gonna say, but I didn't want to like be wrong and embarrass myself. Let's see here. Let's see here. Back again. I mean, I guess I can just link their Discogs. I mean, it's probably something like that. Close enough. I wonder if maybe some of this stuff is not available digitally anymore. Let me see here. Discogs. I remember buying some of this stuff on like Beatport. Yeah, maybe they're not being distributed anymore. Well, now I have to look into this. There's a Kashu track. Oh no! What mode you playing? Did okay in the Splat Zones challenge. Well, okay, no, it didn't do okay. It didn't even get top 50%. I don't know why I said that. But I had fun doing the Splat Zones challenge, and that's all that matters. I'm just gonna take another second to try and look at this. Okay, Shazam. No. Okay. Okay, it looks like there is some stuff on Beatport still, maybe? Let's see if this link actually loads. Okay, yeah. Well, looks like there's at least... Okay, we got the issue of multiple artists with the same name on Beatport. Here's what I was able to... There's this remix album that I was able to find so far. I'm doing one more Google and then I'll move on. Okay, yeah, there's nothing coming up for digital stuff here except for that remix album, so they may not be on all those platforms anymore. So maybe I will do a showcase at some point. want to put some distance between it and this episode because it's pretty similar content-wise, but I'll keep that in mind for sure. That's lame, though, that that stuff is apparently just not on Apple Music, Amazon MP3. It used to be just, you know, on iTunes. And I'm sure probably, like, Spotify and stuff, too. And I guess it's just gone now. And that's why you gotta buy all your music on CD, guys. If it's not on CD, you gotta buy it digital, you download it. And if it's only on streaming, then, oh boy. Am I missing the piece here? What's going on? Mm-hmm. Oh, dang, yeah. Okay, why am I missing a piece? Oh, it was on my seat. Directly in front of and below me. Just wait for the next album. Yeah, I mean, certainly not great, but at least it's still up there. Yeah, that's definitely very close, so I can't blame you for thinking that, yeah. What label? Is that even on a listed label? Is that on... Oh, right, that's on this label called EERECTIONN. Definitely, yeah, very similar, Oh, I didn't even know that about Beatport. Yeah, that sucks. This is the release Acrylian was talking about. Yeah, very similar artist selection here. Kashu, Marosa of Nax. There's also something else I wanted to link. Let me finish putting this together first. There's another really cool... not release that's not de-fragment, but very much in the same vein artist, and it's a book that comes with a CD. It's like a club scene photo book, and oh gosh, what is it called? Where is it? Is this it? No. Yes? Yes, this is it. So this is a really cool. This is it's a book with a CD, and it's got also, you know, of Nax. This is basically all artists that are also on de-fragment. But yeah, there's a couple. There's at least one for sale on Discogs at a reasonable price. Doesn't say anything about whether it has the book or not, but I think it's pretty easy to come by if you search like Yahoo auctions and stuff. So if this kind of thing is up your alley, that's definitely one I recommend checking out. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, I don't want to make trees. Always just absolutely my least favorite part of any Lego set is making the trees. I don't know why, it's just so boring to me. Like terrain and buildings, and then to a lesser extent like vehicles and mechs and stuff, and then trees are just bottom tier. I guess just because it's so repetitive, putting the little leaves on the big leaves and then putting them on a branch over and over again. I don't smoke anything. Gotta protect my lungs. Okay, we've got another minifigure here. I have no idea who this is. It's an elf, but presumably it's a lady, because they've got the, like, flowing skirt leg piece. But I don't remember any blonde elves. It's again been like a decade since I've seen any of the Lord of the Rings movies, but any blonde lady elves, that is. But obviously it's not Legolas. And that's the end of my knowledge. I know there's, Eowyn is the brunette elf played by Liv Tyler, right? And obviously there's, Elrond, but he's a guy. I'm really digging this one. Looks like I gotta make this old guy move. Let's go. Where am I putting? Oh, there. Okay. And yeah, de-fragment also is still active, putting out couple albums a year from various different artists. So I know there's a I Heart CMF album on de-fragment recently. It's also a Hadaka Ifuda album, both of those last year. I thought there was something in 2021 also. Maybe there is and it's just not on Discogs? Let me double check my own folder here. I could be wrong. Nope, I guess just a couple things last year, but... Oh no! Knocked over a tiny twig. It's certainly my least favorite part. Put this barrel here. Shovel and hammer, yeah. Okay. There we go. What release was that had the... Oh, was it this sampler? Oh, that is surprising, yeah. Well, hey, one of you can do it if you want. Oh, nice. Yeah, I really want to have the follower emotes so that anyone can use them without having to save up points. But I guess I just gotta keep streaming. Someday. Yeah. Okay, this is confusing my brain. I have to look at it from the correct angle. Yeah, the nice thing about some of this, a lot of these artists, is that their stuff is definitely a lot more readily available and not unreasonably priced than, you know, some of the more obscure, sought-after underground nerdcore releases. So much easier to get a hold of more of. And also kind of had more overseas attention when it was originally coming out. So copies have already made their way outside of Japan and around all over, which helps as well. Like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but I cannot think of anyone who was actively importing nerdcore releases as they came out until, like, you know, mid to late 2000s, when I and a few other people started doing that. I'm trying to think of, like, anyone I've, like, run into. I mean, there are obviously people getting DJ Sharpnel albums when, like, HappyHardcore.com did the, like, group pre-orders for a few of them, starting with, like, I think Sharpnel Sound Collection, SRPC 15 might have been the first one. But yeah, I don't think that any of this stuff was making its way out of the country before that. When I say this stuff, I don't mean this stuff that's playing right now, but you know what I mean. And I mean, I'd be very interested to be incorrect about that. There's a couple outliers. There were, I think I've talked about this before, but there is a guy in Spain who has, like, this is really funny to say, but has, like, I think special personalized versions of a couple early Traffic Jammies albums. Like, the jackets and track lists are all written in English instead of Japanese. Because, like, he found them on their BBS way in, like, 99, 2000. So, like, a couple little outliers like that, but for the most part. But it's always really interesting to find outliers like that. Yeah. You know, honestly, thinking about it, probably part of it is I think that some of these guys spoke a little more English, and, you know, were doing a tiny little bit more, like, outreach, I guess. Or just engaging. So that helps with accessibility a little bit, I would think. Yeah, I'm gonna link these just for fun. Yeah, this guy added to Discogs himself these, I'm sure, special one-off versions of these Traffic Jammies albums. Which I've frequently considered reaching out to him and asking if he wants to sell them, but, like, I don't think that, I mean, the scans are on Discogs, and there's the musical content is, I'm sure, the same. So I feel like that's, like, I feel like those are for that guy, and it would be weird to have them, but it's very interesting knowing they exist. It's really hit or miss. Yeah, like, I feel like most of the people, probably a good 80% of the people who, you know, have this kind of thing in their collection on Discogs are collectors and not really interested in selling. And then probably another 10% are, like, what I've run into sometimes is people being, like, not wanting to sell, not because they care about holding on to it, but because I've gotten the reaction sometimes of, like, why do you want this so much type thing. And just kind of apathy isn't quite the right word, but just like it's, they just don't want to be bothered. So I've run into that sometimes too. And you know, I've done that myself once. There's some guy, and you know, now that I'm gonna talk about this, maybe I'll feel a little bad about it and reach out to the guy. But there's this one guy who keeps DMing me, asking to buy very specifically the Numazu Minato Shinsenkan append disc, the like 2 extra bonus remixes, and I haven't responded because like they don't have the original full remixes album in their collection, and they don't have like anything from the artists on it in their collection. So yeah, I am kind of like, why are you so obsessed, interested in getting this one thing? I'm not gonna sell it, but maybe I should respond to them, I guess. Yeah, it is hard to let stuff go. Mm-hmm. Usually, if someone messages me about something they want to buy and I don't want to sell it, usually I'll be like, you know, I don't want to sell it, but you might be able to find a copy here, or like, you know, stuff like that. And sometimes I just kind of go off vibes of how they present their message. You know, sometimes I'll give them the hookup, especially if it's something that, yeah, is not readily available or is, you know, $500 when it does show up, that sort of thing. Yeah, every once in a while there is one that I'm like, it's confusing. But I guess you can't assume anything. Yeah, I guess really it's just if from their message or their profile or whatever, as long as I get the idea that like they have a genuine interest in whatever it is they're looking for, you know, even if I don't want to sell, I'll help them out in some way or another. Because I don't want to gatekeep. Sometimes it's hard to. Sometimes there's just like a reflex to be like protective of things that you know, put a lot of time or effort in searching out, and it's hard to resist that. I just put the wrong color leaf on all of these big leaves, so now I have to fix them all, and this is why I hate making trees. Yeah. I've got some DMs on Twitter I should respond to also. Just a couple, really, but... Okay, that's fixed. This is the same thing, except they have leaves in the middle. Okay. Is this the last? I think this is the last track on this album. Oh no, there's still quite a few. Yeah, this is definitely on the longer side. Yeah. Yep, that's the good approach to take, I think. My friend was talking about how the other day they got a message on Discogs just up front saying, "Can I buy rips of this thing from you?" And like that's a real bad vibe to give off. So I really don't recommend doing that. Don't offer to buy rips from people. What? Yeah, I guess also kind of the flip side, changing the subject a little bit, but I think the flip side of a lot of this stuff being readily purchasable and like, you know, being pressed CDs and stuff. Oh god, I put all those leaves on the wrong spot. Hold up. I think there are also definitely probably a lot of releases from a lot of these artists that, you know, like CDR, not one-off, but more limited releases that just never made it out of Japan in the first place and aren't cataloged at all. So that's kind of the flip side of they'll have like these, you know, full official albums that are really easy to get, and then I think a lot of these artists have much more music that they've put out that's just not available at all. Where is the little hooky hook? Where is it? Little hooky hook. Did it fall into my lap again? No. Am I blind? Did I use it in the wrong place? I'll flip the pages back, see if I did anything wrong. Oh, yeah, it's definitely, I missed your last message, but yeah, definitely annoying when you hook them up and then they're like, no, this isn't good enough. At that point, you know, it's like, you know, you can go find this on yourself. You're on your own from here on out. Okay, where is... There's no way it's just gone. I don't think I used it somewhere I wasn't supposed to. No. That is from before this point in time. I'm gonna have to check the floor, I guess. Oh, would you look at that? It was on the floor. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely always nice when, like, yeah, no info about it has popped up, which means there's no one snatching it up. And then you can find the info. I feel like there was something. There's been a couple things that I've had experiences like that. I think they're still not things that are sought after, but there's like this very weird DVD that has music from Bottle. That like I found listed on some, I think it's just on their discography site, but like looked that up and it was just available for 500 yen or something. Oh, I know one thing that was kind of along those lines. This was something I found out about and was very surprised to find it just readily available and very inexpensive. This Tokyo Underground Limited. Yeah, definitely. It was definitely rough trying to get things. I mean, the majority of... So when I started out collecting, it was mostly when stuff would pop up on Yahoo Auctions and Surugaya, and we'd have to use these very early basic proxy services like I think the first one I ever used was called Himeya Shop, and then there was another one called Crescent Shop. These were well before stuff like Bai and Black Ship became a thing. And then a little after that, was when the... I'm trying to figure out this timeline in my head. The second version of the website called Dojincore, run by Newer 911, I think. He started doing he was, I think, the first one to do a proxy service for Comiket. I could be wrong. Penguin Man may have been doing that before him, but Newer was definitely the first one to do it, like, specifically for getting people Dojin music. And that was, like, the very earliest instances of people overseas, I think, being able to get stuff from Comiket without actually being in Japan. At least in a not one person sense. Oh, nice. Sounds interesting, yeah. Come on, this fucking tree piece. There we go. And this goes this way. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I haven't had too much experience with, like, the community side of VGMDB, but I've never gotten the vibe that people use that site to try to sell things. I know there is, like, a marketplace and stuff, and obviously you can see, like, who has stuff in their collection, but I've always gotten the vibe from there that, like, these are... Nobody's interested in selling their stuff. Yeah. Oh wow, yeah, that's an interesting way to pick that up for sure. Which that made me have another thought. Does Rate Your Music have a marketplace? Do people buy and sell on there? Or is it just discussion? Because that is just a piece of information I literally do not know the answer to. Almost done with Tree Hell. Okay, so same thing, but with a stick. Yeah, so, yeah, let me think about how to format a Discogs message. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. You could maybe add some, you could frame it like, are you interested in selling this? Or do you have any leads on where I might be able to pick a copy up? Something like that. I think it's good to, if you can kind of, force isn't the right word, but if you can kind of nudge them to not being able to just say, no, I don't want to sell it, and ending the conversation right there. That maybe help a little bit. You could always, you know, potentially say like you're open to trading. You could maybe say like I've had my eye out for it on X and Y site, but it's never popped up, or I've always just missed it, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think just like if you give just like a tiny little bit of your like story of like why you're so interested in finding it, or you know, your the tale of your search, not like, you know, multiple paragraphs, but like just a tiny little bit, then if they're gonna reply, they will. And if they aren't gonna reply, then, or if they don't reply, then they probably never were going to, no matter what you said. Which is, you know, that's just on them, not you, so. Yeah. Okay, we're finished with the tree zone. Finally. Ooh. The next bit is gonna be cool. Oh no! I said don't do that. That's very rude and mean. This needs to go away this way, I guess. Oh yeah, I'll try to give you a nice. You can see the trees. And I think this is now the last. Yes, this is now the last track from Ultra Fuckers. Another artist name that I'm absolutely not making up. Ultra Fuckers, I think, are on. Let me find the link to it. The Lost Frog Ava compilation from like, I don't even remember. Very, very early. Yeah, 97. So this is from. So this, well, it's from the Lost Frog guy was also in charge of this, I believe. I don't know the specific details, but yeah, Ultra Fuckers are on this 97 Evangelion tribute cassette. Okay, and now we are starting the Erection album. I will start going into some spiel as soon as I dump these bags. Yeah, I mean, if you want to keep it short and sweet, that's not a bad place to start for sure. Okay, so, let's actually... this stuff. Yeah, it's, that's up on, like, the Internet Archive, at least semi-officially, in digital form. I think it's complete. But yeah, let's talk about Erection. So this is what the actual CD looks like. I believe that the very low quality artwork I have as the cover art, I guess, is just like a online mock-up, basically. This is the jacket, the booklet. Sorry, not the jacket. It's technically, is it still the jacket if you can't see it? Because this is opaque. So is this still the jacket? Because it's on the inside. So it's more like an undershirt, right? Anyway, the booklet has this, but the pink logo is just a complete fabrication. Yeah, insert. But yeah, so I picked this up pretty early on, essentially because it has a Psycho's Ghost remix on it. And what all does it say on here? For a good while, I didn't really know anything about Erection or, you know, who was in the group or anything. But listening to more of it, like I got the CD and really enjoyed it, and in listening to it, I was like, this does sound kind of familiar. And thinking of how I'll just go chronologically. especially the track we already heard once, No Talking, No Smoking, has a lot of samples from Escape from New York, which is also heavily sampled by Psych Outs and some other artists in that field. And so kind of based on the sound and a couple other things, I formed a theory, and the first time I met and talked to Traffic Jammies, Masanori Sato, I was like, "Are you in this band?" And he was like, "How on earth did you pick up on that?" So yes, Erection, the vocalist, is a guy called Ueshin. He was in like a kind of indies punk band in like the 90s called Death Surf 2000, and has been in quite a few different bands. And then the track programming is Masanori Sato, Traffic Jammies. So this is more or less a Traffic Jammies side project. And over time, that it became more or less obvious. There was so on the Erection MySpace, they put up a track. There's a Japanese, let me look up on Discogs here, artist band, something called Jacuzzi. Kind of like hip-hop, I guess, group. Electro hip-hop group, they did a remix contest, and the Erection MySpace put up a remix for that remix contest, and then under a different title, the same song later showed up on a Traffic Jammies CD. So that, I mean, that I had already confirmed it firsthand, but like that made it obvious. But also, let's go on another little Wayback Machine dive here. So let's see here. I'm gonna go into the Wayback Machine and just kind of replay a dig I did in the past. So let's go to the old Traffic Jammies website, which I do have the URL for memorized because it's pretty simple. And let's go back to like 2005. I'm not sure exactly what date we need to go to here, but we will enter the site. And of course, now there's all kinds of information and stuff on the site, but let's go to the BBS, because you know it's 10 years ago, and I'm searching once again just for any kind of cool new information that I haven't seen before, and I've dredged the depths of everything else, so we're gonna go and read the posts on their BBS. And so let me find the date with the archived posts that I'm looking for here. And so since it's a BBS, each of these new archives is going to have new posts, or at least some new posts. And so we have to look at every archived date here to find what we're looking for. It might be later. Oh yeah, in fact, I can tell by looking over here. Let's go to here, this one. That's October, must be one more. Is this it? I will find it. Where is what I'm looking for? Oh, hang on. Let's see, now I can't find what I'm looking for. I swear it's on here. That's 2007. I swear it was on the BBS. I'm looking for a post where the guy from Traffic Jammies is like, if you take a look at this magazine, you might find something. Maybe it's not in the BBS. Maybe it was on the main. It might be on the main site on the news section. So let's check there now. Okay, so it's later than this. Okay. I'm gonna find it. Okay, here it is. Yes. Okay, I was wrong. It's just on the top homepage. But there's this little blurb is like, sorry for not updating my homepage in forever. And then there's this little blurb that's like, in this magazine Kaji, the December issue, not under Traffic Jammies, but you can see me in there, so if you happen across it, take a look. And so Kaji is this local Osaka free magazine, not free magazine, but like local Osaka culture, street culture, underground, whatever, subculture magazine. And so eventually my Japanese knowledge developed enough that I could read that and be like, oh, what's this about showing up in a magazine? And I was able to find a copy of this December 2006 issue of this magazine, and let me flip through it now, and I don't think I've actually scanned this. Let me find what we're looking for here. And there's a couple interesting things in here, actually. And so just to give you an idea of what we're looking at here, there's lots of like tilt down. There we go. Just fashion and like, you know, here's where you can buy in Osaka these shoes and coats, and you know, this is a little outside of my knowledge space, so I'm not doing a good job of explaining it. So it's mostly clothing focused, and there will be like a lot of giveaways in here where like you write in and you can win one of these things, and it's basically all these shops would contribute something to a giveaway, and so it's kind of a way to advertise for their shop. And I think in here somewhere is something, maybe. Okay, so here is we've got, get up in this corner. So in like this giveaway section, there's like, I think some stickers from Raka Penis, who did some VJing for Psych Out's Ghost around this time, 2016. Yeah, here's a Kashu with like some t-shirts, and also that Misodo Days book and CD. Zakoba is a band fronted by the guy from Super Rescue Wares. And so, like, they've got just these giveaways here. But then, yeah, later on in the magazine, there's some interviews. There's a Jeff Mills feature. So, you know, fashion and music mainly. Yeah, there's, you know, photos. Oh, yeah, here's another one. Photos from club events and stuff. And here's just someone wearing a Psychouts t-shirt. Which is, this is like 2006, so that's after Psychouts had stopped performing as Psychouts, too. Oh, nice. Awesome. And then here is the... Let me make more room. I don't think I've scanned this, because if I had scanned it, I would have unbound the magazine. There's this 2-page spread, full-page photo, and, like, interview with Erection, and yeah, looking at the lineup, I was like, hey, I recognize that guy. And I don't have a scan again, so I'm not able to get this nicely, so I'm just holding up a magazine to the camera clumsily, but I was like, that guy on the right over here, yeah, I've met him, that's Traffic Jammies. And so it's interesting because that was never made explicit anywhere online. On, like, MySpace, they listed their member names as these, like, one-off aliases. I don't even remember what most of one of them was Bishop, which I assume is a reference to aliens. But anyway, that's the kind of research that goes into finding out and cataloging and archiving all this stuff. And I think I knocked a bunch of minifigures down. Oops. Oh yeah, they are way over there. I'll be right back. So yeah, sometimes you have to go in the Wayback Machine and find the specific archived version of the page from this date that says that there's this piece of info in this in this specific issue of this local magazine, and then you have to wait for one to show up on Yahoo Auctions and buy it and import it and find, you know, this information that was never posted anywhere on the internet, or at least not posted anywhere that's archived. And so that's why, yeah, definitely, you know, magazines and free papers like that are an extremely valuable source of information if and when they can be tracked down. I need to respond to that message, actually. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the Indies magazine, yeah. But to talk about the actual music, I really, really dig this album. There's only like 5 original tracks on it. It's half remixes, but like, just yeah, every single thing on this album is top tier. From this is like it's, you know, I wouldn't call it nerdcore at all. I think I do have it listed in the Nerdcore Encyclopedia just because of the Traffic Jammies connection. But yeah, this is top tier stuff. I do really enjoy stuff with which isn't super common in nerdcore. And this is the only album that Erection ever put out. They have that EP of mashups that was released digitally, and like a couple tracks here and there, and a fair few unreleased tracks as well. But they put out this one album in 08. Oh, I need to change the album info. 08 or 07? 07. And then they've every few years they'll do a few live sets. Yeah, I've always been very curious, about the other City Records. I don't know anything about City Records, the label this was released on, but I've always been very curious about what other releases are on it. And like this album, so this is it's a pressed CD and it got full distribution, and it even had pre-order bonuses at a couple shops. I know there was a button, like as the Japanese call it, a can badge for one shop, and another shop had a poster as a pre-order bonus. I've never seen what either of those look like, but I have seen listings from the shops mentioning them. And then they just kind of were like, okay, we put out our album, we'll play live once every few years, and that's it. The lead singer, the vocalist, EERECTIONN, has gone on to have a lot of other projects. Had a band called The Swag for a good while there, and a few other things. Yeah. I don't, at this point, remember what those shops were, and this is another one of those things that, I saw once. I think this was not even on the Wayback Machine, it was just a page that was still live. But yeah, I saw once and was like, oh, that's interesting, and then didn't think to archive or save that information, and so now it only exists in my brain, unless I can hunt it down again, and maybe it's still on the live web, but I don't think so at this point. And they had a website that was really never had much of anything on it. I'll find it in a second here and pull it up. But yeah, it was really this track that tipped me off with the what it sounds like and the Escape from New York samples. I was like, and the fact that this album has Psychop's Ghost remix and stuff, I was like, this is probably the guy from Traffic Jammies. And I was correct. And as you'll notice, this does not have those Justice DANC samples. Which I wonder if that was a conscious decision of we don't want to get in trouble for using these, or just because. Yeah, I'll let's see here. I'm glad they have the extra letters at the beginning and end of their artist name, because if they didn't, it would be hell to try to Google anything about them.
No talking, no smoking.
Looking at right now I'm seeing if I can find whatever shop it was that had the info about the pre-order bonus. This CD is also pretty easy to find and pick up. Oh, I actually did not know that that was a sample originally. Yeah, not finding anything here. Oh, wait, maybe... Sorry, I guess I should have my browser up while I'm futzing around in all these random sites. So like here's a listing with this artwork on Neo Wing, which is just one of those semi-major retailers. Daiki Sound. This lists the... Okay, that's a big label. So there's like, you know, there's a description of the album here, but I don't think this site had a pre-order bonus. Oh, hang on a second. So I was looking at this random blog post that mentioned them. Here's a link to the City Records website, so I'm sure this is dead now. Is this the same? This can't be the same label. Yeah, this must be a new label with the same name. It only goes back to 2019. It could be the same label that like relaunched. But let's just see if we go back to like 07. Okay, yeah, so website was dead until this year. I guess I'm guessing it's just a new label with the same name. But if we go back to 2007, well, we've got artists and works and things. So the artists page, not archived at all. Nope, nothing on the... No, nothing archived here. Damn, it's so frustrating. We've got the home page. Oh. And nothing else, it looks like. Let's see. Oh, there's... not much. Okay, here's a couple images. So there's one artist page. The high... Okay, the high... So... looks like the first City Records release was an album or EP or something from the High Streets. And it looks like we'll be able to see this page at least. So that fills in one gap in the discography. Okay, this page loaded, but it's blank. Unless it's like black on black text. No, there's no text here. But based on this image and the file name URL, that fills in one gap. Oh, here's some photos I think I hadn't seen before. I was trying to just find a link to their website also. Let's keep looking. Just a little bit more for fun. And so here's the Psych-Out's Ghost remix that sounds pretty similar to another Psych-Out's Ghost track or two, which that would happen sometimes. They do not have... Oh, hang on. I closed the tab that I didn't want to. Okay. So yeah, there's like one used on Amazon Japan for 21 bucks. Okay, that's just that. Okay, anything there. Oh wow, my tweet is already on the first page of Google. That's weird. Just gonna look at HMB. Wonder, let's look at their MySpace for fun. Go way back to 2009 here. Yes, this is on, the Remix and Freeze Dry Tracks Psych-Out's release, which also has an, otherwise unreleased remix of another Erection track from this album, funnily enough. Okay, well, I'm not finding the link to their homepage, but yeah, nothing here. A lot of these will just be more or less just dead listings for the album with no other interesting information. But yeah, I'm sure if I search some more I could find it, but there's not a lot of information on the website anyway, so I'll get back to building, at least finish this bag. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I had no idea. I don't think I even knew that Britney Spears and Madonna did a collaboration. Feels like the kind of thing that would just be like cultural osmosis, past knowledge, but that does not sound familiar to me at all. Oh, that's wrong. That one was my fault. That was all on me. Okay, what did this leaf fall off of? Okay. This might actually be my favorite. Everything on here is so good. This might be my favorite original track on here, though. Is this weird? Okay, just... Come on. Come on. Get together. There we go. Huh. That's very interesting, yeah. Yeah, this is an extremely specific deep cut that maybe nobody here will have any idea what I'm talking about, but Laurie Anderson's album Mr. Heartbreak, the last track on that album, Sharky's Night, has it's not vocals, but it's music with some spoken word from William S. Burroughs, and there is a extended version of that track with extra vocals that is only available on a 12-inch sampler for the full album. And it's not like it's a extended version of like a lead single or something. It's an outro track for the album. And there's an extended version. I guess they probably just cut it down for the full album. But it's just so weird that something like that is on a 112-inch. And like there's also on David Bowie's album Outside, there is a Japanese release that the liner notes have extra lyrics for one song that are not there. There's an extra verse in the lyrics that is not in any released recorded version of the song. So like, and I'm sure that verse exists and was cut and is just not in any, like not even in bootlegs. But it's right there in the lyrics book. It's so weird. Yeah. It's kind of like seeing like one grainy still photo of a deleted scene from a movie or something. I know there's, for like Jurassic Park has, I think, a few deleted scenes that there's like one photo and just no other visual evidence or fragment released to the public. Well, that's lucky that they're nice and isolated, at least. How much longer do we have here? Okay, we might be able to finish this thing. If I can find the pieces. So this is like the base of a gazebo, basically. But how it holds together here is very weird and finicky, and doesn't quite want to hold together perfectly, but... It gets a little sillier, so look forward to that. Like this, like this. Yes. Come on. There we go. This. Oh, one more piece. That's wrong. Shoot. Might have to go grab a brick separator. I made a fatal error. Fucking frogs. Now the good news is I didn't need to get a brick separator. Bad news is I might have to put an extra layer of top coat on this nail. The polish is definitely coming off now. Ah well. Oh, I missed a step here. This is the silly part. Oh, great. That's shit. I hate this shit. It's like, put these things here and rotate them just perfectly inwards. And so which ones does it want me to be straight? These two, okay. These kind of rotate inwards, and this base is still not quite perfect, but that's okay. Okay, that should be good.
I know what's happening here, Mama. Are you all right?
Oh, officer, that dog, it attacked me.
Are you injured?
Some guys on here. There we go. Turn this that way. Alright. Let's do this next bit, wrap things up. Is this gonna be all of it?
We have a winner.
No. Let me do this. We'll see. I want to finish this gazebo on the stream. There's not that much of the album left.
2, 1.
But I can throw something on this. 8. About 15 minutes left. We might be able to do it. If not, I'll throw something else on at the end. Because that's the end of this book of the instructions, and that's a perfect cap-off point. So yeah, I threw everything we listened to is in the brick house, but I also threw a couple little bonus things in that weren't going to listen to, but if I run out of time and I can't finish this gazebo, I'll throw the last little thing on. It's not of super good audio quality, which is why I was just gonna throw it on there and let you have at it, but am I doing something wrong here? Why does this piece not want to go in? Oh, the Squad EP and the MASH EP? Is that what you mean? On Discogs?
Enemies of freedom.
Wrong window.
Committed an act of war against our country.
Yeah, so, that's what's on Bandcamp, and I believe what it was, they first put it up as the MASH EP with different artwork, and then I think literally what it was they ran out of free downloads, so they opened a second Bandcamp page to get more free downloads, and gave it a new title, and new artwork, just for fun. The music is exactly the same. Yeah, this track is great. I don't know, one of these pieces must not be molded quite right, because it's responding very weird and not wanting to go together properly. I got them, but the connection was way tighter than it ever should be for Lego. Yeah. So yeah, I think I still have, I didn't bother fixing it. The folder I have uploaded for that Squad EP is kind of a mess, but it has the original version with the original cover. It doesn't? Shoot. I have the original cover somewhere. It's very different from the one that's a green version of the AAA cover. I thought it was in that folder, I guess not, but I know I have it somewhere. It might still be up on the Bandcamp page, I just don't remember what the URL is.
Enemies of freedom.
Let me look real quick for fun. Okay, was it just this? That other Bandcamp might not be up anymore. Oh no, here it is. Here's the other version. It's literally just the same thing with different artwork. Okay, and it is free. So yeah, that first thing is free on this alternate Bandcamp. And I don't remember why they changed the title. They just did. Okay, so I'm supposed to do the same thing 6 times here. Okay, 5 more of these guys. Oh, I did that one wrong.
And you know it, say amen.
Okay, so we want to do this. Yeah, these are going together much nicer. No, that should go on the bottom. These are not going together nicely. That is weird. Must have gotten a bad batch of pieces here. We'll make it work. Yeah, this one goes pretty hard. Yeah. And we go this. That one was not my fault. You gotta move. You gotta move. It's all good. I don't know if this is trying to say anything with all these, the juxtapositions of all these samples.
The deeper you fall, the higher you will rise.
I doubt it. Might be a little offensive to some people. So this is the last track here. And of course, Still working here. There's one more bag to finish off the gazebo. I'm not sure what I should do here. I have work today in about 3 hours. I still have to make dinner too. It's not gonna take that much longer. Yeah, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna do not what I planned to do, but I have a plan. Okay, give me this. Put this. That should work. We put this at the end of the playlist here. Flip, 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 flip. But yeah, this Sugiurumen, I've never known how to pronounce that. Remix is really good. We in go mode now. Okay, we're making a ring here. Like this? No. Yes. No. Did I do this shit wrong? What the hell? I did this shit wrong. Upside down. I'm never gonna finish now. This one was correct before. Okay, there. So I'll have the hoopy on the inside. So if I'm like this. Yes, okay. 2, 3.
Jesus is our hope.
5, 6.
Jesus is our forgiveness.
Oh, by the way, the title of this track, JKSC, is short for Jesus Christ Supercharger. Don't remember exactly where I saw that, but it's a real truth for you. I think that was also on their MySpace, maybe.
And you know it, say amen.
Okay, one more bag. We got this. This is a small bag. This will be quick. Damn it.
Enemies of freedom.
Okay, I might have to throw one more thing on after the thing after this, but that's okay. Yeah, long stream today. Thank you for sticking around, especially when it's, I'm sure, very late for some of you. I'm not going to worry about putting this up. It's all Here's, this is when I'm not gonna take the time to put it on the little stand, but there, it's very far away. There we go, that's focused enough. She got a little book. Okay. Whoa. Well, thank you. Glad you're enjoying, yeah. Yeah, I thought it would be cool to do something a little different. A little far away from main nerdcore. And yeah, I think I will do, yes, because I mean, I'm gonna double check, but since all that damage stuff seems to just not actually be available at all anymore, maybe in a couple months, month or two, I'll do a damage showcase. Okay, oh, it didn't, I added a track after that on the playlist, man. It's right there. Here's another unreleased track from their MySpace. And I'll throw this on at the very end after that and let it play for at least a little bit. Yeah, no, thanks for coming out and sticking around. I know the time isn't, even the normal time is not like super great for Europe, so I'm glad you could make it. I guess real quick then, I know that you can just like look at the VOD later or whatever, but I'll real quick say that this week's password is fragment, all lowercase. Fragment, and here's the info for that. So if you want to grab this stuff, it's up there, including the last thing that's going to come on in a second, because I am fully committed to finishing this gazebo on stream. I refuse to give up, even though there's lots of little finagling of tiny rotation of parts. Yeah, cheers. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah. I don't know, should I just wrap up? Let this song play out? I don't know. I'm so close though. No, I'm keeping going. I'm not stopping. I refuse. Ugh. It's so precise to get these things though. They keep falling inwards. Like it. No, that's good enough. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. Oh boy, okay. Get over here. Six figures. Last one of these. And then they all fold up and in. Okay. 2, 4. Yeah, I'm gonna make homemade pigs in a blanket, so I gotta make the dough and then let it rise for at least like an hour. But I got time. It's all good. One more. Where's the last one? Okay, oh, there it is. Rolled over here. Okay, these go in here. So yeah, since this is ripped from MySpace, it's of course like 112 kbps or something like that. And then the playlist did the thing again. So we'll wrap out. This is the one other thing I have up there. Let's go. It's a live recording. There was this, I think it was a charity event at, I believe it was Club Noon, that was streamed on Ustream, if you remember Ustream, and it was like a 2 or even 3 day thing with a whole ton of artists, and EERECTIONN was one of them. So I have the audio and also very, 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 very low quality video. So I just have up the whole segment of the event that EERECTIONN was in. So there's some other artists in that segment too. It's a FLV file ripped straight from Ustream back when Ustream still existed. And yeah, like I said, the audio quality is not great, but yeah, I'm really glad that I, at least in this case, did think to save it. There are a bunch of my own live streams from Ustream, Allcore shows we did at anime cons that I just forgot to save and download before Ustream went down, and I am so frustrated about that, but I grabbed this. So this is actually an unreleased Erection track, but if you are a very avid listener, you'll notice that the instrumental, the backing track, is actually really similar to that Jacuzzi remix. It's retooled for sure, and obviously doesn't have the Jacuzzi vocals, but it was very clearly reworked into this. Okay. Alright, is that it? Are we good? Gotta get this on the stand. Want to get that fixed. Up. Okay. That's the gazebo finished. A couple other tiny things here, just like a little table to put under it. And then we will finally wrap up. This might be the longest episode yet. Maybe not, but certainly up there. Okay, and then this sits. Let's see here. Where's that? Here's this. Right there. Okay. And I believe this goes onto up here. That's wrong. Okay, this is wrong. Hang on. Gotta be perfect here. And this sits. Oh yeah, beautiful. There we go. All right. That's this entire segment finished. We got our trees. We got our big gazebo. We are all wrapped up. Okay. So I will wrap things up now. Thank you for joining. Thanks for sticking around all the way to the end. Like I said, everything we've listened to is up in the Brick House, including that video. Again, I'm just going to do it one more time in case people are skipping to the very end of the video looking for the password. That's fine. You know what? We'll just go. We'll just leave it right there. That's fine. Password is fragment, all lowercase. And as I mentioned, no stream next week. I'm going to be out of town. But the next stream will be the Friday after that, July 7th, and we're going to be listening to some GFK Records, Docking Album Volume 1 and Look Up. So that'll be in just under 2 weeks. Look forward to it. Thanks again for hanging out, and hope you have a good day. Peace out.
Here's a nodding as the song goes on. Words. First
大事な大変ですが適当にやっていきましょう。